Hey everyone, welcome back. You know, when we saw all your messages about A2 milk, we knew we had to do a deep dive.
Definitely a hot topic right now. And for good reason, too. It really makes you wonder, is A2 milk all it's cracked up to be?
Right. Like, is it really the milk of the future, like some people are saying? We dug into this article, A2 milk, the milk of the future, and let me tell you, it's got some pretty wild stuff in it.
Wild in a good way, I hope.
Well, we're about to find out. Okay, so basic question. We all know what milk is, right? But did you know that there are actually different types of milk based on the proteins they contain?
Exactly. And it all comes down to genetics. See, a long time ago, there was a genetic mutation in some European cows. This mutation changed the way a specific protein in their milk, called beta-casein, was structured.
Beta-casein, got it.
Now, this protein comes in two main forms, A1 and A2 beta-caseinase. The cows with the mutation started producing milk that was predominantly A1, while other breeds continued to produce milk with mostly A2, which is closer to what humans and even cows used to produce centuries ago.
So that's the difference between like regular milk and A2 milk.
Pretty much. Most milk we drink today, especially here in North America, is a blend of A1 and A2 because it descends from those European cows. But there are specific breeds, like Guernsey and Jersey cows, that naturally produce milk with mostly A2 beta-casein.
Okay, fascinating stuff. But why does this even matter? Like, does it really affect us?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? This is where the research gets really interesting. Some studies suggest that A1 beta-casein might be harder for our bodies to digest.
Really? How so?
It all has to do with how our bodies break down A1. When A1 beta-casein is digested, it can release a peptide called beta-casomorphin 7, or BCM7 for short. And BCM7 is where the potential problems come in. It can mess with our gut motility, how things move through our digestive system, and it might even increase inflammation in the gut.
Oh, no wonder people are switching to A2.
Right. And get this, some people experience symptoms that seem a lot like lactose intolerance, bloating, gas, discomfort. But it might actually be this BCM7 from A1 milk, not lactose, that's causing the trouble.
Wow. So you could be sensitive to A1 milk without even realizing it.
Exactly. And that's not all. Some researchers are looking into potential links between A1 milk consumption and even more serious health problems like type 1 diabetes, heart disease, even autism. But I have to emphasize that the research is still ongoing.
Right. It's too early to draw any definitive conclusions.
Absolutely. We need more large-scale, long-term studies to confirm or refute these potential links. But, the early findings are definitely worth paying attention to.
Absolutely. So enter A2 milk. Is it the potential hero in all of this?
It could be. For some people, remember, A2 milk has that A2 beta-casein, which is similar to human milk and what cows produce naturally for centuries. It doesn't produce that potentially problematic BCM7.
Okay, but do we have any solid proof that A2 is easier on the stomach?
There's actually a really interesting study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition that the article highlights. They took a group of people who said they were lactose intolerant and gave some of them A1 milk and some of them A2 milk.
And what happened?
Well, the people who drank A2 milk reported way fewer digestive issues. They had less bloating, fewer stomach cramps, just overall less discomfort compared to the A1 group. So that's pretty promising for those with sensitivities.
That's amazing. It's like a simple swap could make such a difference.
Right. But here's the thing. While easier digestion is definitely a major plus, we have to be cautious about all the other health claims floating around about A2 milk. Like some people say it boosts brain power, increases energy, even helps with skin problems.
Really? Like a super milk?
I know, right? Sounds too good to be true. And it might be. A lot of these claims come from anecdotal evidence or small studies, not the kind of rigorous research we need to draw firm conclusions. So more research is definitely needed in those areas.
So take it with a grain of salt for now.
Exactly. But even with just the digestive benefits, it seems like A2 milk could be a game changer, especially for folks who struggle with regular milk.
For sure. But there's one more thing I wanted to touch on. The article mentioned that A2 milk tends to be more expensive. Is that because it's some kind of fancy luxury milk?
Well, there's a reason for the higher price tag. Producing A2 milk often requires special breeding practices to ensure those A2 producing cows. And then there's the testing to make sure the milk really is predominantly A2. All of that adds to the cost.
That makes sense. But if more people start switching to A2, could that change the dairy industry as a whole?
It's definitely a possibility. Right now, A2 is more niche, but if demand keeps rising, who knows? Maybe we'll see a future where grocery stores have entire sections dedicated to different types of milk, each tailored to specific needs and preferences.
Wow, that would be something. Imagine a world where you could walk down the dairy aisle and pick your milk based on like digestion, potential health benefits, all sorts of things.
Exactly. It would be a whole new ballgame. And it really makes you wonder, what other secrets are hidden in the foods we eat every day?
That's the question, isn't it? If something as basic as milk can have these variations, what else are we just starting to understand? Well, that's A2 milk for you. Be sure to let us know what you thought of this deep dive, and stay tuned for more fascinating topics coming soon.
If this video has been of value to you, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button
so that you will be notified
when we upload new video. This is Dr. Okeke. Thank you and God bless.